Hello and welcome to this overview of Report Manager Pro for Salesforce.com. So when we created Report Manager, we wanted to solve a challenge that most Salesforce admins face, and that's maintaining reports within Salesforce. The classic example I like to use is that when you go live with Salesforce, you might go live with a defined suite of reports, correctly reporting the management information that you want to report on. But as soon as you go live, you'll begin to start making changes to your Salesforce instance. That could be as small as some changes to pick list values, but unless those changes are reflected in the reports, your reports can start returning the wrong information. Equally, from day one, users can start creating reports. A lot of the time, users will create drafts and then kind of leave them there and not go back to them. So over time, this can create a bit of a problem where users don't know which reports to click on. And more importantly, that information being returned by the reports can be inaccurate. So we wanted to create an easy way for Salesforce admins to query the reports by their last run date and then mass archive them. By archive, I mean archive them to a different report folder that the users don't have access to, and therefore take them out of the UI and making it easier for users to find the reports that they need. So within Report Manager, the first thing we do is we select the time that you want since the report was last run. So that might be 6 months since the report was last run, could be greater than 12 months, or a specific date. In this demo, I'm just going to select tomorrow to actually show us some data. But if I click View Reports, it'll ask me to choose the folders that I want to archive from. So you might actually just want to look at sales reports in a sales folder, or maybe finance reports in the finance folder. I'm going to select all folders, hit View Reports, and this shows us all of those reports. So this is showing us 422 reports. First thing we might want to do is export those reports. So I'll click Export. We recommend before moving any reports that you document it by exporting them to Excel, and it has the current report folder, the date the report was last run, created date, and some other information. We've also got the hyperlink to the report. So if after you've archived your reports, the user says, actually, I need this report, or you still got the link to actually go and unarchive it. So there we've documented our reports. Next thing we might want to do is archive them. So if I select the reports, you can either select the ones that you want to report or archive, or just select them all. And then we have an archive reports folder that comes within the managed package. You might choose to archive your reports there, or you might want to put it into a different folder. So you can select the folder that you want to move the reports to. For this example, I'll just archive them to the Pro Reports folder. So when I hit Archive Selected Reports, this then fires off a batch in the background, which then processes the reports and moves them to the location that you've defined. We've tested this at scale up to over 70,000 reports, but obviously if you're archiving 70,000 reports, it takes a while to process the batches. So you can check and set up when the batches have completed. We can also view our archive reports. So if I click View Archive Reports, this shows us all the reports that we've archived, and we can export this information. We recommend that if you're archiving reports and take them out of the user's UIs, that you leave them sitting in the archive report folder for, let's say, 3 months, and then before performing a delete. But once you're confident that the users aren't going to ask for the reports again, you can mass delete the archive reports. We can also schedule an archive. So we want to say if a report hasn't been run in 180 days, schedule it to be archived, or we can also schedule a delete. Idea behind this is that once you've done the initial tidy up of old reports that you need to move, you then might want to schedule an archive so that then the reports don't get out of control again. There's some advanced filtering, so you might want to look at managed package reports, and you might want to exclude private reports, or you might want to say actually we want to exclude the reports that have never been run. So we can do some advanced filtering up there. Once the initial archive's been done, we can then view the report count by folder. So here it's showing us that we've got all these folders that actually don't have any reports in. So once you archived or deleted all of your reports, you can very simply click delete empty folders, and that will then delete all of these old empty folders that are no longer in use. There's lots of other information here. So, for example, viewing folders, folder hierarchies. We can also view the dashboard folder shares and the dashboard intel. So whether we've got running users or whether it's run by logged in user. And we can also report on report types. That's quite useful because admins regularly hit the report type limit. And then one of my favorite features is the view filter reports. If I click this shows us all the reports and what they're filtered by. So let's say, for example, you did make a change to some functionality. Let's say it's a pick list value change again. We can then export all the reports and what they're filtered by. So we might want to look at any reports that are filtered by, let's say, a contact ID, or it could be a pick list value. By doing a control F, it'll show you all those reports. So then you know which reports that need to be updated. So thank you for taking the time to watch this demo. I'll just put up our contact information. So if you've got any other questions, please drop us a line, support@applicationperfection.com, and we're happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks for watching the demo.